Sup everyone, how's it going? What we're going to do today is review a tier 4 unit, the Eagles. The Eagles are kick-ass is my summary of this, by the way. I love the Eagles, my favourite neutral unit I think on the game. One of the reasons for him being speed, and what good timing. As I start this video, the Eagles have just started to march towards me. So this is going to be a one run through. I'm not re-recording this bad boy. We ain't going to get timing like that happen again. It wasn't on purpose, but we'll go with it. So what we're going to run through is, are they any good? What should we use them against? Like, what should we fight them against? What should we avoid? Where are they located? And yeah, how they sort of compare versus some other units that you might be using in place of them. So first thing is, where can you pick up Eagles? You're going to pick them up all in the Gladden fields, around the Misty Mountains, inside the tunnels. They're mainly though on the sort of east side of the Misty Mountains. You'll also find them all across Carrick. There's loads of them in there, and for some reason there's loads in the Gundabad sort of region, the capital region. If you're on season 1 and 2, you won't know that Gundabad's here, but you'll find Eagles in this region as well. If you're on season 3 and beyond, you will have settlement development opportunities. And what that means is, on your Upper Anduin Vale, once you get it to settlement level 25, you unlock the ability to buy the bird's nests, the Eagle's home, the neutral unit camps. You can put it next to your base in a 2x2 tile, and you can recruit anybody in the faction can then recruit it. So huge keep is Upper Anduin Vale for season 3 for anyone on good. It's a really big keep to have, really key one to be successful, so I definitely recommend to push for that. That's where you get them from. How in a comparison then, let's compare them versus something like the Cataphracts. I've done some comparisons here, I've done the numbers for you. You can see that their damage, they're not the damage unit. The reason why I'm comparing them versus Cataphracts is they're mainly used as a tank. Okay, Eagles are amazing tanks. Okay, they're literally insane. I would say they're pretty much best tank out there in my opinion. And let's run through why. So their damage is probably in line with Cataphracts, if not a little bit lower. Their HP is pretty much in line, about 4,500 HP per command, where Cataphracts sit around 4,700. Their defense is lower than the Cataphract at 29, and the Cataphract sits around 60, so we'll be taking more physical damage than someone like the Cataphracts. But where we're excited is the speed. The speed is absolutely insane. I love them for their speed. They zoom across the map about 3 times faster than any other unit out there, and they're awesome for this. What's their cost like? Their cost is really cheap in wood and food. It's only sort of 15,000 resource, round about that, where Cataphracts somewhere around the 17,000 mark. However, they are expensive in the gold terms. So a full stack of these, 75 command worth, is around about 300,000 gold. So that can be very expensive if you're going to try and build the start game, because it means you'll be doing less upgrades because you're busy building Eagles. So it's something more for mid and end game, end season, when you've upgraded everything you need to upgrade already. What makes them awesome though, it's their ability. This one here, the flying ability. Damage received from melee units reduced by 60%. This is massive. This is absolutely huge, and what makes them so kick-ass. They've got an ability here to do some more damage. I'm not even going to run through that. The point here is flying, okay? This ability is huge, okay? 60% reduction in damage versus melee units. This means versus sort of, like, I'll run through that in a minute, but this means versus melee units, your damage is so low in comparison to something like Cataphracts. The Cataphracts have an ability for melee to be 15% and 10%, so they reduce by 25%. Eagles have over double the damage reduction to a Cataphract versus melee units. That's how good they are. So what they good against? Well, melee units. And who uses melee units lots and lots? all of evil factions. So Eagles are kick-ass versus evil factions, alchemists, You've got all the sort of tier 4s from them. The Snargathrak, you've got the champions on the Variags, you've got the big fat Gundabad tier 4s. Everything that evil use is usually melee related. Mummer kills, I'm not sure if we get the damage reduction versus mummer kills, but the point is everything you run up against evil is usually melee. You should see more Warbeast sniper matchups, but you don't. You don't see much ranged in evil. If evil are watching this video, you want to be using some range setups, because you're going to be coming across against loads of eagle builds when they're fighting you. It's a really, really key thing to do. What else are they good at, therefore? Oh, they're amazing versus Gondor and Rohan. Gondor and Rohan they run cavalry builds, okay? Gondor less, but Rohan, they're amazing tier 4 marshals who hit like trucks. Well, let's sit a front line of eagles there, and wham bam thank you man, we'll take that. Awesome versus cavalry. Gondor not so much, they don't run as much cavalry builds, but they do run them still with their tier 4s. So honestly, absolutely amazing versus cavalry, and evil though is their key point, amazing versus evil. Where not to use them, as obvious one, is range. They take in plus 30% damage versus ranged. So fighting Loth, fighting Arnor, or fighting Linden, you probably want to be avoiding the usage of eagles. Run cataphracts instead. Run other tank units like guardians and things instead. It'll be much, much better. What I would say as well about eagles is I wouldn't use them solely. Like I said, they are expensive, 300,000 goals per stack. Mix them up in your in the armies, and the examples I show you in a second will show you exactly that. Mix them up, use them other tank units as well, and they will be doing some great work of tanking though. What commanders to use them on? Everything. I cannot think of an example of what commanders I would not use eagles on. They're great on Gandalf for your front line. They're great on your damage dealers. They're great, literally, they're great in every scenario as long as the opposition you're fighting are the right opposition, which is pretty much evil. I'm going to run you through 2 examples of why they're kick-ass here. First one of mine is is Witch King. You can't see the name of this. It's a good friend, so I'm not going to say the name. You can see here, though, an absolute annihilation of a Witch King due to the eagles being awesome. Okay, now we understand here there's only 3,300 Alchemist, rather than the normal maybe 4,000, 5,000. The result would have been very, very similar. If we look at this, I'm going to show you the first round and only the first round so you can see this. We've got here eagles doing, so Alchemist attack, they hit twice and hit 1.8k and 1.7k versus eagles. Okay, and I completely get we've got White Council supporting this, we've got Mithrandir supporting this, but the point is they're hitting 2k. These usually are 50k hits, okay, if you're against someone normal. Against an eagle though, it reduced by 60%. It's absolutely huge. They are awesome at doing exactly this. The other example I'm going to use is from Amox, who runs it with Dwalin. So if I run in here, battle reports, we'll just jump up here a second. It takes 2 seconds, I know where he is. He is here. Full stack here of the Witch King. I'm not going to show the name again, be respectful of the person who's lost. But you'll see here, Amox with his eagles, with his guardians, with his cataphracts, loads of different front lines against an awesome Witch King. And yeah, as you can see, an absolute annihilation. And you can see here, still can't see a name, brilliant. Dwalin absolutely smashing it, whilst all these tank units take the damage. Summary, eagles are awesome. I love them. Protect them with your life if you want them. If you're Loth, it's a massive benefit of you having Loth as your faction, because they're right on your doorstep. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like it, hit the like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time, guys. Bye.